Alright guys, Jay Auto Performance here. So this is a Cobra Jet C6 valve body, circa 1971, 429 Cobra Jet. And this is the little tag that's on the valve body. And I don't know if you can see that, I think you can. It says CJ on it, Cobra Jet. This is a little identification tag they always put on the valve bodies. So this is the Cobra Jet one. This is the holy grail of all C6s. So let's take a look at it. First glance here, not a ton different. Now, full disclosure here, I have no idea if this has been messed with in the past. I suspect that this transmission may have been rebuilt, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that they made any significant changes to this unit. I believe maybe they made some, possibly, but in any case, probably in this day and age, about as good as an example as you're going to get on something like this that's kind of untouched. So let's take a look at it. I'll tell you what I see that's different from a normal C6. I'm not going to go super intensive deep dive into this. I got to be honest with you, don't care all that much to really get down to the nitty-gritty too much on this, but let's look at some differences, if there are any. So this is just, your standard castings, and, nothing different here that I can see. And this one's in good shape and all that stuff. Good low miles unit and all that. I've lapped these surfaces to make them flat and all that stuff. They're in pretty good shape. I've also got the governor here too. Let's look at the governor real quick, because that's simple. So this is the primary valve, just standard stuff. What's interesting, so your secondary valve, which controls more your shift points and wide open throttle shift points and things like that. See that hole that's drilled in there? A lot of them don't have that, but a lot of them did. This is lightened. But the interesting thing about it is it's using the lightened secondary valve, but then it's got this weight in it. Now, somebody could have added this to lower the shift points. I kind of doubt it. Not a lot of people know to do that, but you never know. Again, I can't prove anything one way or another, but a lot of the truck governors had this, and this would lower the RPM, mostly the wide open throttle, maximum RPM that these would shift at. So by putting this in, adding weight to it, it would actually shift earlier. So it has that. This spring here, they have all different ones, and I don't know. I don't know if this is really any different than kind of an average looking one. But what is interesting is the hollow secondary valve with the weight. So you kind of just wonder, well, why didn't they just use the solid valve and not put the weight? I don't know. I can't answer that question, unfortunately, for you. So, if you watch the video on the trans tear down, I warned you this might be a boring video, so, but hang in with me, if you guys are, Ford fanatics and fanatical on the history of high performance and this and that, because, I don't think, the big three, you often really heard much about a factory high performance transmission, and the Cobra Jet and police interceptor transmissions on the C6 They were special. You know, they were very notably special, and I go over those other differences in the other video, so check that out if you haven't seen that. Anyways, so this is the governor body, and you see that green paint there. There's some red paint. These things mean something to the factory. I couldn't tell you what. Somebody may, if you know these kind of things. If you're an old Ford guy from back in the day and you understand what these markings mean, man, share that information. That would be cool. I'm too young, so I don't know. I'm young and dumb, so I don't know what that stuff means. So I got the valve body laid out here. So this is your boost valve, and they had different diameters. I didn't actually measure this, but I've been looking at this stuff long enough. This is the larger boost valve. They made 2 or 3 different sizes on these early ones that had it had a cover plate. The newer style don't have a cover plate, but this early style did. So this is the larger boost valve. These are the pressure regulator springs. This inner, the longer one, is pretty typical. This one here, I didn't actually measure it and weigh it. I could. I'm too lazy. It does seem stiffer than normal. Okay, so I do think that they had a little bit of a beefed up pressure regulator assembly on that. Now, for your 1-2 shift, this is the spring for the servo modulator. Now that seems very standard. This is the accumulator valve, and it's got this double spring here. These seem very standard. I think the way they changed the 1-2 shift was just by basically using that big R code servo, so they didn't really, at least to the naked eye here, doesn't appear that they've done anything there. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing that. I couldn't really tell you if these springs on the shift valves are unique or not. They don't seem to be significantly unique. So that one still has the little bit of a purple paint on it. That's about it there. Now on the separator plate, which is here, what I am noticing, and again, somebody may have changed this, but this hole here is larger than normal. It's about a 90 thousandths hole, and that's a pretty big hole. These usually had like a, I don't know, smaller, like 67 thou, 70 thou, something like that. So that is quite a bit larger. I know it doesn't seem a lot larger, but that's going to make a big difference on the feel of the 2-3 shift. That's going to firm that up. Now, again, I can't say that somebody didn't open this up. Most transmission builders, when they built the C6 back in the day, they about all knew, hey, open this hole up. It's beneficial to the unit to some extent. So maybe that's been done. Or it could be done from the factory. I honestly cannot tell you for sure. I have another one of these I'm going to open up. If I see something different, maybe I'll do another video and let you know that, or I'll stick it in the comments or something, an update or something like that. I don't think I'll do a whole nother video on this, but kind of lost for words on this because there's not that much to show you, really. At least not that I can find. But in any case, they raised pressure, added some volume on that feed hole. That's all I can really tell that they did on this unit. And I think the governor, it's going to be a fairly high RPM governor. even with that weight in there. I was debating whether to put the weight back in or not. I got the gear ratio from the customer, which is a 350 gear, and for what they're going to be doing with the car, I think I've thought about this a lot. I'm just going to put the weight back in. I think we're going to be good. Now, had this been the solid valve without that hole in the middle to lighten it, I would have taken the puck out. But where this is a hollow stem valve, I'm going to put it back in. We got another one of these cars with a 411 gear, and depending on how that governor looks, I may take that one out on the 411 car. So that may be a difference that I do there. But so that's basically it, you know. I kind of wish I had more to report to you. I could be missing things with the naked eye, you know, without really super analyzing this thing, spending a lot of time. But to me, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to dyno it and make sure it works and make sure it works good. You know, I will make a couple of tweaks to this valve body. Not a lot, but, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do to it. I'm going to be kind of a jerk there and not let you know. But, and I always tell you guys, I'm going to show you a lot of things, but I'm not going to show you everything. When I show you everything, that means I'm retiring, and I can't do that yet. So when I start telling you all my secrets, then you know I'm done. But as long as I'm here and doing this, I'm gonna hold a few things back from you, but not much. Just a few little tweaks I like to do. All right, guys, I think that's all I've got on this. I told you it would be a boring video. I apologize for that, but at least I kept it kind of short. I didn't make you have to wait 20 minutes for an answer here, but so, you know, just quick overview, more higher pressure, and a little bit more feed for the 2-3 shift. That's all I'm seeing here. Bottom line, any of your valve body kits on the market will do that for you. Nothing you really have to like go out and pay all kinds of money trying to find a original Cobra Jet valve body. I don't really see any reason for it. It's not all that unique. So, all right. That's it, guys. Appreciate you supporting the channel and watching this stuff. And, you know, please spread the word. And I'm going to do a lot more of this kind of stuff. I think we got over 100 videos now. So, we'll keep going here. I'm, you know, not going to, you know, be a big YouTuber or anything, but I'm happy with the support of the channel so far, and I appreciate it, and appreciate people commenting and supporting it and watching these. And I think we make, well, I have never got a check from YouTube yet, but I think we make $12 a week. So, so you know, hey, it doesn't cover my costs on this deal, but I enjoy this stuff. So I like talking about this kind of stuff to maybe the 3 people that want to listen. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching.